Welcome to VJ's podcast, 1 by 2 Tea with VJ, Episode 1. This podcast is more like our late evening conversations in our hostel rooms, where I'm going to talk to our fellow classmates and chat about various stuffs, including the life during college years. My goal here is to rekindle our memories and passion, connect with as many friends as possible, and peek into their current lifestyle. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our first guest, Arvind from Tripoli, a very good friend of mine, a workaholic, and one of the highly creative individuals I met during the college years. Arvind, welcome to the show, man.
Hey Vijay, thanks for having me as your very first guest in your podcast series. I'm really honored. You gave me a raving introduction. I'll try to do justice to that.
Pleasure. So, Arvind, tell our audience about yourself.
Sure. Like you said, Arvind from Tripoli. And then I did my master's in Arizona. And then I moved a couple of companies here in Phoenix. Right now I work at Microchip Technology. And I manage the intranet team. That's my work. Family, I've been married. Actually, I'll be married 10 years this June to Gayatri. And we have a little princess, Dia. She will turn 6 years this September. That's me and my family.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks for sharing us about yourself, family, and your little princess. So what's happening? What's happening latest from your end?
Again, right now the most exciting thing is the GCT reunion, I guess. But other than that, it's work life, family, friends. That's my normal life here. Again, very busy Monday to Friday, and then I try to relax over the weekend. Try to catch up with friends. Again, lucky to have friends here. So that's pretty normal day for me.
Perfect. Friends, yeah, that's a very interesting topic to talk to you about. So I remember you are one of those lucky ones to have your friends, roommates, college roommates, and to continue with the same folks, Amar, Sudagar, everyone, even in Phoenix and during your ASU time and even now. So how do you feel about this? Do you think it's a blessing or do you think it's kind of annoying to be roaming around with the same guys?
Great question. I think you hit a couple of points here. Definitely, I'm lucky, and no, I'm not annoyed. And I think it's just, I would say, definitely blessing. And so Amar, first year roommate, and then Sudhakar, I think we were not roommates, but we started becoming close second year, third year. Final year, we were roommates. I think third year, we were like next door. And then, here in ASU, Amar did his master's also in ASU. And then I think it just happened. There was no plan to it. And then I think Sudha went to Iowa for his master's, and he happened to get a job in Phoenix. And then there are other GCTNs here, Juma, Charu, Raji. Juma, I think he was in ASU when I did my master's, and then he went to Portland, and then he came back. Amar actually finished his master's. He went to Florida, and then I think Houston too, and then he came back. So it just happened. So there was no plan to it, but I'm really happy that we are still close. So Amar and I, we live in kind of the same road right now, and Sudha is like stone throws away. And then Juma is also pretty close. So yeah, we are pretty close knit here, and I would say we are really lucky.
That's interesting. You say that it is more of a coincidence, but to most of us, we feel like it is purposeful, and you guys always wanted to hang around or hang out together, right? That's why I always thought so.
Yeah, definitely, it's coincidence. One thing that was planned was probably, I think, I did my master's here because, again, Juma was here, and Amar did his master's because I was here. Those things were planned, but after that, it was just coincidence.
Great, great, good to know that. Excellent. So, tell me about your. I know you are into workout. I think when you came to my home here a couple of weeks back, I saw you giving tough competitions to the Hollywood heroes. So, what's your secret, or what's your secret workout routine? What do you enjoy the most? Maybe let me put that way. Yeah.
Okay, Vijay, I'm flattered by your introduction, and I think you said that I am a workoutaholic. But to be honest, I'm a wannabe workoutaholic because life happens, work happens. Even though I want to be a workoutaholic, but I can't because uh, I just I just can't. The timing doesn't work. Um, and I think it has to be a lifestyle change, the way how uh, if you want to incorporate workout to your life, and there have been like ebbs and flows in my workout
Uh-huh.
routine, but again, I just try to do like maybe workout 2 to 4 days a week,
Uh-huh.
but then we try to again, Amar and I go to the gym. We try to go 2 to 4 days a week. We try. It's on and off. But
Mhm.
again, like I said, uh, I'm flattered by what you're saying.
So
But
clean eating, right? No cheat food.
what?
Clean eating always, no cheat food.
No, I think blessed to cheat food, but I know I'm conscious about what I'm eating, and I know what I'm eating, what goes into my body, and then, but not, to be honest, no, not real clean food. And so I do
Okay.
eat junk food.
Got it.
So
Yeah, got it. I mean, it's very tough, right? So I'm going to
yeah.
ask you a couple of more questions, right? So to keep the audience more engaged. So you are free to skip any of my questions, so you can pass it. But I'm going to, like push you a
Should I
little
say
bit.
pass?
Push you a little bit. So I know, like you've been in Tripoli, so my background is mechanical, where we never had or hardly had any girls interaction, right? So with that, or with the most interaction with the girls in college, you came to US and did in ASU. So how did you compare the girls' interaction back in college to that of ASU or even now?
So you're comparing apples to oranges here. Um, so, uh, okay, to be honest, again, ASU,
Who's that apple?
Apple Parame, ஏதோ ஒரு song இருக்கும்ல. So no, no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Again, I'm just trying to say that they're different. You just really can't compare. Um, and again, in ASU, again, I had a good group of friends. Again, Yoshibara, you have Amar and everybody here, right? So it's not like I hung out with a lot of girls or anything. So we had like I think Anand from Tripoli was also here. Uh, so now a lot of like quote unquote girls interaction in ASU,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, they're different here. I don't know what you're trying to ask and get me in trouble here, but
So okay,
yeah.
coming to the next one, right? So what's one regret you wanted to share with us from your college days? I mean, have you ever regretted not doing during the GCT years? Is there anything like that?
I hope it's not related to your previous question, but
Not related, yeah. Not
no,
related.
um, regrets. If you ask me, again, on a serious note, I would say that not like putting a lot of hard work during college, and even I think it goes even beyond college and like ahead before college. I mean, I think I could have worked a little bit more harder in on everything
Mm-hmm.
because once you work harder, your friends again it's contagious. It affects everyone. Again, your entire friend circle works harder. You could have made a lot of difference. I kind of took it very light and easy. I was just exploring life and going to college and your freedom. Now you're like so. I think I don't know, if I had a little bit more maturity and worked harder, things could have been a little different. Again, I don't regret where I am right now, but
Mm-hmm.
since you asked, I would say that maybe I could have worked a little bit harder on everything during my college days.
Great. I mean, that's a great answer. I have felt it many times, like what you have mentioned. But that is life. That's the age, right? So we all get carried away with the things we have. That's a perfect answer, I would say. So you kind of a type of a person, like I see myself as a type A, like how to do this, do that, kind of always a mental struggle in my head. So how do you feel about yourself? Like you have some ambition to achieve by 50 or something, or do you have any plans ahead or goals by 2020? Anything like that you wanted to share with our audience?
Um, Again, I would say in some aspects of life, I'm a type A,
Mm-hmm.
but when coming to ambitions, I don't have any specific goal like, oh, by 50 years, I have to do this, or by 2020. Again, obviously, you work up the ladder, a corporate ladder, that's there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said before, I try to strike a balance between work, family, friends. So right now, again, it's more again daughter. I have a young daughter. Focusing actually, I put a lot of focus on her. So that's my short term focus, family side.
Of
And like
course,
I
yeah.
said,
I can
yeah.
relate that. Yeah, sure. So we are. I think I'm trying to keep our session to 15 minutes and under. I know this is the first episode I'm trying out, and I would like to take this moment to thank you for the suggestion of the title "One by Two T" with VJ. So I mean that's kind of nice, and also this is totally experimental, right? So we have a lot of opportunity to improve in the future. So I want to kind of wind up all the session with a rapid fire question. Again, as I said, you can pass it, but you can try to answer. You can take it in your own way, own speed. So what was your favorite movie in college time?
Should I just answer one? Again,
You
since you said
can.
rapid fire, a lot of things pop up, like Tamil movies, definitely. So I think the first one was in first year, Mr. Romeo.
Uh-huh.
How could you forget that, right? Like you were rebellious, you went out and watched a movie, and then I cannot remember. Come on, man. Amar dancing as a Prabhudeva. Again, seniors came and ragged us and asked
Awesome.
Amar
Oh
to
my
dance
God.
as
Yeah, that
Prabhudeva.
yeah,
So
that was
I don't know,
a
Mr. Hollywood movies, Independence Day, Matrix,
oh my God, yeah.
Titanic,
Yeah.
and then there were some Hindi movies too. Uh,
Uh-huh. Dil to
I know
pagala.
I'm Ek Gaon Mein Ek Kisan Ragtata style, but still there were Hindi movies, Tal, Doli Saja Ke Rakhna, things like that just keep popping up in my head. But yeah,
No, no
a lot of them, a
R-rated
lot of
movie.
them.
No R-rated movies yet, right?
Is it allowed in this podcast?
It's up to you. I mean, of course.
I don't know, Blue Lagoon or there were some movies, right? Do you remember that?
I don't know.
You don't? Come on, man.
So who was your best friend or who's your best friend in college?
Again, I think if you ask
Best friends, maybe.
10-year-old, they'll probably say your best friend. But again, I had a lot of friend circles. Again, I'm a Gemini. I'm versatile. I think that I can strike a good friendship with anyone. So yeah, I think, a lot of friend circles. Obviously, we talked about some. That's the my roommates, Amar, Sudha, Ile Ravi, obviously, and then like some triple E friends and like Anand, like a lot of them, right? So there's a lot of friend circles I cherished, and yeah, again, I'm not going to give you one person. Okay.
Sure. I mean, of course. Yeah. What was your costliest purchase in the college time? What did you purchase for the maximum price?
Costliest purchase. That's a good question. I don't know. Hey, do you remember that there was like a phase of like the olive green shirt and
Oh my God. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
like a off-white pant and things like that. You know that like yeah, I remember Peter England. Do you remember that brand?
Yeah.
Peter England. I think I paid like I don't know 400 rupees or something, and
Yeah,
went to the Gandhipuram and got a Peter England shirt. Probably
correct,
I don't know.
correct.
That
Yeah,
would have
I
been
think if you when you say
Vijay.
Peter England,
No.
only Yuvraj names pops up. I don't know why.
Vijay, sorry, Vijay. I have to admit you, my costliest purchase was my final year project. You know how we all paid for our final year project? I think that was my costliest purchase. Probably like 9,000 or 10,000 rupees, and we paid and got our final year project and did it. I think it was an earth fault detector. That was my costliest project or expense.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great answer. Okay, let's. I think this is the last rapid fire question from my end. So, did you have any crush during the college time? One, two, many?
Of course, many. Some they knew, some they didn't know. That goes even before college, right? Yeah, I have to admit that I did have crushes, and again, like another question before, if you're trying to get me into trouble, I'm not going to name anyone, but yeah, again, thinking back, I think they were fun, and some of them were silly, but yeah, I did have them, and இப்ப நினைச்சு பார்த்தா மனசு சின்ன பட்டாம்பூச்சி பறக்கும். So I think
சின்ன
it's good.
பட்டாம்பூச்சி,
Yeah.
ரொம்ப பட்டாம்பூச்சி.
நிறைய பட்டாம்பூச்சி. So yeah.
Oh, excellent, Arvind. I think we are hitting the time, and thank you for being a very, very good sport. And it was a very pleasure. I mean, I know I never thought I could do this for 15 minutes. And thank you for the suggestion, first of all. And thank you for being my first guest. And wonderful talking to you. And I'm sure that I would have you on the podcast again. Have a wonderful night. Do you
Hey,
have
no
anything?
problem, Vijay. Again, it's my pleasure. Thanks. I'm honored. Good luck to you.
And any message to the fellow GCTians?
Fellow GCTians, have lots of fun in the July 9th reunion. I'm hoping to attend the next one, maybe in 2020 or 20th year anniversary of graduation. So see you then.
Thank you, and see you.
Bye.